Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Beth, here to help you fulfill your potential in meditation. As most of you know, I don't have just one method that I teach to everybody, like one size fits all. Instead, I much prefer to teach people one-on-one, and the reason is that you're all different. So please use these videos as a guideline, and if there's anything that isn't quite working for you, anything that doesn't quite fit, then be in touch and I'll be more than happy to discuss those things with you individually. Today's video is about this really foundational question of why meditate? Why bother? And I guess the first point I want to make is that you don't have to. So the Buddha said that the teachings of meditation are what we call in Pali ehipassika. Ehi means come and passati to see. So ehipassika literally means come and see. It's welcoming your investigation. It's welcoming you to come and see whether or not it works for you. But given that you're here watching meditation videos, my guess is that you do want to meditate. So why? What's the reason? What is it that brings us to this strange practice of training our minds? I think it's a really important question to get some clarity on before we start the practice, and for that reason it's one of the questions that I often open my retreats with. And when I ask this question, I get a whole bunch of different responses back from people. But when I listen to the answers, what I see is that all of these diverse reasons boil down into basically two reasons. And these two reasons are two sides of the same coin. So what are they? Well, the first reason is that we don't want to suffer. We want to find our way out of suffering and towards states of peace and happiness. And the second reason is that we want to know the truth. We want to find our way out of delusion, away from delusion and towards truth. So the good news is that meditation is the right tool for both of those jobs. If we don't want to suffer, if we want to know the truth, then meditation is what we should be doing. Now, I said that these two reasons are two sides of the same coin, and why is that? Well, the reason is that as we start to see the true nature of things through meditation, automatically we start to adjust our behavior and live in accordance with that truth, and thereby we suffer less, our suffering reduces. And by the same token, as the suffering in our mind starts to ease, as our minds become calm and concentrated, automatically we start to see the true nature of things. The Buddha famously said, develop concentration, monks. The one who is concentrated knows and sees things as they really are. So we have these two huge forces of not wanting to suffer, of wanting to know the truth, that pull us towards meditation. And we can find these two forces right at the center of Buddhist philosophy in the Four Noble Truths. The first noble truth, the truth of suffering, that there is suffering. The second noble truth, the cause of that suffering. The third noble truth, my favorite noble truth, there is an end to suffering. And then the fourth noble truth, the way out of that suffering. And so I would suggest that these are the foundational reasons why most people come to meditate. That's all I have to say on this topic for today, and what I would suggest is that you look into yourselves and investigate your own reasons for coming to this practice. If anything's unclear to you, or if you have any questions, then be in touch and I'll be more than happy to discuss those things with you individually. As I said, there is an end of suffering, so let's not waste time. Let's get off of our screens, get onto the meditation cushions and actually do some practice. As most of you know, I do all of my teachings on a donation basis, so I encourage you to support me either through Patreon or through my website. You can find out about how to do that just underneath this video. Thank you so much for your support. Wishing you the best with your meditation.